you spending time with Charlie and being surrounded by amazing guys, right? Like it's fantastic guys. What do you think is one thing that sets them apart, especially between Charlie and Bo? I'd like to get into their relationship.
And also like that, and also what separates them from the average civilian, like Sam talks about.
Average civilian, the normie.
Well, one thing I truly believe is that you are who you compare yourself to as well. So if you're just comparing yourself to the average lazy guy who doesn't really achieve much, doesn't really have a problem or a plan, then that's all you're going to achieve as well. But when you're hanging around people who are way above you, these people are levels like to the nth degree.
You're playing a different game, bro.
Exactly. Now that is what really expands your mind, because now you're like, okay, well, humble yourself firstly. Like you don't know everything, obviously, so hold your back, as we say in South Africa. And literally, like you should listen to these people, and I think with those two, Bo is like he's our age, but he is just wise beyond measure. He's like our age, but he's like 55 years old in the mine.
Wow.
And I've taken so much, and I've learned so much from him. Just the way he handles life, the way he's very humble. He's never out there in the front lines and stuff. And
he's a normal boy.
Exactly. He just gets shit done. He is operating all the time. He's always online. And same with Charlie. He has just done so much, and he's allowed so many people, like we were saying earlier, to when you're a good man, you sort yourself out independence wise, but you overflow so much. And that is what makes a great man in my eyes. Because once you stop living for yourself and a little selfish life, you can start overflowing. And those men are just super abundant. It's amazing. I've been with them for such a long time now, and just to see how they've grown, it's insane.
Do you think from that start, do you think you can be like abundant from the start, or do you think like it's something you need to first almost be selfish for like maybe 1 to 2 years before you can be like abundant? Or do you think you can start abundantly and then therefore make more money, if you know what I mean?
That's a great question. I think honestly, from my humble opinion, you have to be ruthlessly selfish and all in on yourself at the beginning if you want to be able to be abundant and overflow for people. Because what are you gonna achieve if you running around fetching your sister, doing this, everyone else is
taking the trash out?
Like you're everyone's lapdog, but you're not focused on yourself. So what does that mean? You're not gonna focus on yourself for long extended periods of time. You're not gonna cut off people who are being useless in your life. You're not gonna do so many things that'll push you like miles ahead. Now that gets to a certain point where it kind of flips, and now you achieve your success through helping other people. It's always like that. Someone said, I once helped a man climb to the top of the mountain, and I too found myself at the top. Like you have to, at the end of the day, there's been no one getting rich through just being a selfish idiot. You have to help.
Wolf doesn't work.
It doesn't help.
In the beginning, like you need to be just like ruthless, basically, almost a dick in a sense. But after that, then you can say, okay, calm down a bit.
Exactly. If I can just say one more thing, abundance isn't. Someone told me this a while ago. Wealth is in the mind, not in the pocket. So I can't even tell you, like, both of you guys have read hundreds of books, and like that has shaped your mind and the way you look at the world. I've read so many books, like The Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, blah blah blah, all these kind of books in that sense. But that is just training your mind to see the world differently, like the magic of thinking big.
Reality transipping is massive as well. I need to read that again.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to read it the first time. But like these books are what changes the way you view the world, and that's what really makes the changes. So if you
enjoy this conversation and you relate with the health and wealth aspect, and you know both of these are very important when it comes to scaling a business or just as an entrepreneur in general. Top link in the description if you want a more personalized approach, to scaling a business or in the health aspect as well. And also in the description is access to our free community where we've got 20 hours of content that you can just consume.
100%. If you enjoy this conversation, share it to a friend. Maybe think about subscribing, put the notifications on. It helps the channel a lot. And by doing so, we can get some more interesting guests like this. So let's get back to the video.
I think like the main thing that comes down to, and also that ties back into what you talk about Charlie and Bo, right? It's like It's focus and ruthless action on the things that matter, that you're focusing on. And I think especially in the beginning as well, it's like, I think you need to operate out of a place of abundance, right? Because you need to sort of believe that it's possible for you to achieve it. So you need to sort of believe like, oh, it's inevitable, I'm gonna make it work, right? But your physical reality also needs to catch up before you can start helping others. But I also think like a tipping point comes when you start sacrificing things that you later down the line see, okay, maybe I shouldn't have sacrificed that, and then you can work back and be like, okay, when you take everything, because you need to become a new man. So like when you're on your current self and you want to become the successful business owner, well, you're not a successful business owner. So you need to craft this person. Yeah. And so then you start killing off everything that's not that. And so maybe that might be current friends, maybe some relationships with some people that might even be family members or whatever. But later down the line, maybe 6 months later, you might come closer to that ideal self, but then you realize, okay, no, but there is some value in this friendship. Or wait, no, maybe I should be, cultivating more time with family members or whatever. And then you start realigning and making sure that what you are valuing is actually worth the value that you're putting behind it, right? But it's so important. It's like, I think, what do you call it? Like Mother Teresa or whatever. What's it like? Mother Teresa. she's like, if you wanna first like help the world, you must first first clean your own porch before you start taking care of other people, right? So you need to be, and you said it so beautifully. It's like you need to first be full before you can start pouring out to others. And so I think it's so true. You need to focus on yourself. It doesn't mean you need to always necessarily be a dick. I think I was a dick for, I think we all were, I think other as well. But like, I don't necessarily think you like, I regret that to a degree, It's easy to say that in hindsight when you've sort of achieved what you wanted to. So maybe it was necessary.
Yeah,
and I'm ignorant
got
to
a
the
different
opposite.
take on that. Yeah, like I think it's totally fine.
It's necessary.
In the future, people also tend to forget the negatives. It kind of fades in the background. Like when you think back, it's like mostly fond memories. So people tend to forget that, and I think you need to be kind of ruthless in the beginning. You need to. It's just part of it. But don't be like, it's a fine line.
I think how you convey it, right? Because like I think you need to be selfish with your time. That doesn't have to be a dick, like, right? Like if someone asks you to go to a party, it's like, no, I can't go. You're not gonna be like, no, fuck calendar. You, I'm working. Like,
no, what did Alex say? This is my calendar,
bro.
Well, I need to actually tell the entire story to put into context. So someone asked Alex like, yo, I see you in town. Want to go for a coffee or a drink or whatever? And then Alex is like, oh no, I've got nothing planned on Saturday or whatever. And it's like, oh, perfect. And then the guy said, oh, so should we go out? He's like, no, I want to spend time with Layla or whatever. And he showed them his calendar and it was empty, like nothing booked. And he says, I want to keep it that way to the guy.
I like that.
And that's like,
the ruthlessness factor.
That's the definition of what we're talking about right now. It's like, it's focus and being selfish with whatever you want to do, right? It's like, people are going to want your attention and they're going to want to spend time, but you also need to have some clarity and be like, I'm focusing on my business and now this time I want to spend with my wife. I'm going to have to say no here, and I'm going to have to stand on business here. And that doesn't have to be like, you don't have to say it in a dick way, and if he takes it up that way, well, then it might just be on him, right? So
such as life. I think one other thing is, I don't think many people have great self-esteem. A lot of people,
especially South African,
a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of negative self-talk, and I don't think they think that they can't work their self out of like a wet paper bag. They don't realize that you can do anything. I think reality transferring, that kind of book is that like you can form any life that you've got. You just have to sit down for a few days and write it out. Otherwise, where you just sailing aimlessly, you can't. You have to begin with the end in mind.
And then reverse.
I love that. That is pure wisdom in you speaking about that.
I mean, so many people are just going aimlessly, and this is the problem, though. They've listened to their parents their entire life. They've never thought for themselves, like, what do I actually want here? What do I feel is right? It's not just like that. That's the real problem, because it's just like, go do this. Your parents, teachers, priests, everyone. But you never say, what do I actually want?
The teachers tell you we can actually pivot more into maybe like the school system and stuff like that now. It's like they never give you time to think, and they also don't give you the chance to think. It's like, do this at this time, But when you work for yourself, or it's like you are now an entrepreneur or self-employed, it's like you need to tell yourself what you need to do every single minute of the day. And it's like a skill you need to learn, because every single time in school, since you were like and even in university, they say, okay, its due date is this time. You need to read these pages and do these things, and it needs to be in whatever. But when you're an entrepreneur, it's like you can do outreach at 2 a.m. in the morning. It's just like so you need to build structure now because the entire day is 24 hours. Like, okay, when do I eat the gym? Okay, this time, and then I eat this time.